And coming up next, it's a UFC strawweight division matchup. All right, so here she is, Pate Estaca, Jessica Andrade. It was pretty amazing to see her put a capstone on this UFC career and beat Rose Namajunas to win the title at UFC 237. She's a real problem here at 115 pounds.
She's a real problem, John, and she became a problem when she went down to 115. You saw immediately that the power and the cardio and the pressure and the ability to hurt people in a division where most fighters aren't knocking them out with one punch was possessed by Jessica Andrade. And being in Rio and watching her win that title, you truly felt the enormity of the moment as Andrade got her hand raised and the belt wrapped around her waist.
Yeah, she won 4 fights in the UFC at 135 pounds before moving down. No woman in UFC history has won as many fights as Jessica Andrade. Well, drillers make killers, and nobody works her takedowns harder than this young woman. She has become a force in this division, and even though the opposition oftentimes knows what's coming, no one's able to stop that shot.
Nobody's able to stop that takedown attempt. No one's able to stop that single leg. She said in the fighter meetings, I have drilled that takedown 5,000 times.
Amazing.
Over and over, I hit a single leg. Every day of the week, I hit at least 30 single legs. I'm like, well, is wrestling practice every day? She goes, no. I just want to make sure that I have a skill that is so dominant that no matter how much you practice it, you are not practicing it enough to stop me from taking you down with it. It is truly crazy to watch her approach to getting that single leg off.
And her ability to get her opponents off balance in a mixed martial arts setting, as special as anybody in the sport right now. We'll see how it goes for her here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, this fight is 3 rounds in the UFC strawweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This woman is a Muay Thai kickboxer holding a professional record of 24 wins, 11 losses. She stands 5 feet 1 inch tall, weighing in at 115 pounds. Fighting out of Rio de Janeiro, Brazil, Jessica Estaca Andrade. And now introducing her opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This woman is a mixed martial artist holding a professional record of 13 wins, 2 losses, and 1 draw. She stands 5 feet 4 inches tall, weighing in at 115 pounds. Amanda Lemos! And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Dan Murgliata.
So Dan Murgliata shares the cage.
You ready?
All right, fight clock is moving. We are now underway. Going to be interesting to see how this fight stylistically plays out between a true striker against a well-rounded fighter.
This is a big-time fight field. People have been pining for this matchup for a really long time. They wanted to see how the striker would handle someone that would try to force them into uncomfortable situations. Let's see how this thing plays out.
Continues to mix it up, going to the head, mixing in some body shots. And she lands a punch there. We'll see if she can start to turn these singular strikes into combinations now.
She's gonna have to find something to follow that big strike that she's landing over and over again.
Oh!
Can't take pictures now. She has to react. She has to go chase the finish. Oh!
Flush right hand is true. Oh! Huge right hand! Whoa! And just like that, the fight is over. All right, we take a look back at some of the pictures from this one, and she had it all going on tonight, but certainly her boxing was on point.
Her boxing always is what allows her to dictate the pace of fights. Finally, she landed the strike that ended the night of her opponent.
Well, that's a knockout they'll be talking about for quite some time. What a moment for this fighter here tonight.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Murgliata has called a stop to this contest at 1 minute, 27 seconds of the very first round. Declaring the winner by knockout, Amanda Lemos!
Well, there she is, and you can be sure there's going to be a long